Do you support northern Italian pasta dishes or southern Italian pasta dishes? They are all delicious, but they are different. In Italy, the food changes every 25 miles. The ingredients, the techniques, the cheese that we use for the pasta. It's a culinary line drawn right through the middle of the country. Today we are settling the biggest, most delicious debate in Italian history: the North versus the South. Forget the stereotypes. I'm going to show you the real secrets of both regions. We are talking risotto, polenta, Roman classics, Sicilian masterpieces, spaghetti with vongole. Get comfortable, because this is a 10-minute masterclass on true Italian food culture. Let's travel up north. The climate is cooler, the winters are harsh, and the landscape dictates what is on the table. And here is the first secret. Up north, pasta isn't always the king. Before we even talk about pasta, we have to talk about the other carbohydrates that rule the north. In the Veneto region and Lombardia and other regions around there in the north, risotto is a religion, slowly fed with hot broth until it creates its own incredibly creamy sauce. And don't forget polenta, boiled cornmeal, served soft, topped with slow-cooked wild boar or wild mushrooms. And if you go all the way up to Trentino Alto Adige, where the Dolomites are, near the Alps, you will find canederli, incredible bread dumplings, and spätzle, which is a German name. This is food designed to warm your soul after a day in the snow. But when does the North make pasta? They make fresh egg pasta, soft 00 flour mixed with rich eggs. Think of tagliatelle, pappardelle, and beautiful stuffed pasta like ravioli or tortellini. They come from the north of Italy. And the north was also richer. It's always been richer in history. Because of the eggs, this pasta is like silk. It's delicate and it has a porous texture that drinks up slow-cooked sauces. The north is famous for the authentic ragu alla bolognese from Emilia-Romagna, or a rich brasato, which is a beef cheek cooked in Barolo wine from Piedmont region. They use slow-cooked meats, Parmigiano Reggiano, sage, truffles. It is elegant, complex, and incredibly rich. Yes, we do have some of those heavy dishes in the south as well, where the mountains are. I'm from Abruzzo. In Abruzzo we have the second highest mountain in Italy. So we have the Alps and we have high mountains where it's cold, and the food there is different. Where I'm from, the sea, the coastal part of Abruzzo, we have lighter dishes and more, I would say, Mediterranean, if I can say that. But on the mountains, the food is heavy because it has to keep you warm, okay? But it's only a little part of Abruzzo and some other regions. The north mainly cooks this way. Now we go to the center and south part of Italy, which is my homeland. I'm from Abruzzo, specific the city of Pescara. The climate is warmer. The soil is dry and volcanic. This is the land of the sun. First, we had to stop in Rome. Rome is the absolute empire of dried pasta. They have the four kings: carbonara, amatriciana, cacio e pepe, and gricia. They use the starchy pasta water to emulsify crispy guanciale pork cheek and sharp pecorino romano cheese into creamy sauces without using a single drop of actual cream. It is pure culinary magic. In the north of Italy, you might find some dishes have cream, like tortellini with cream, or some other dishes. In the south, very rare. As we go further south to Naples, Puglia, and Sicily, the absolute king of pasta is made of just two ingredients: durum wheat semolina and pure water. So no 00 flour, no eggs. This gives you the legendary firm al dente chew. We are talking about paccheri, ziti, orecchiette, And I have to say here, okay, I'm from Abruzzo. Abruzzo and the Gragnano region outside of Naples make the best, in my opinion, dry pasta. Lots of pasta factories in Gragnano and Abruzzo has been making pastas. Think of brands like Garofalo and De Cecco. They're the most famous one from these areas. And then we have Rusticata d'Abruzzo, we have cocco pasta, pastificio cocco, which is absolutely my best pasta ever. Masciarelli pasta from Abruzzo. And the Gragnano region have other pastas that are incredible, right? The core brands of those pasta factories in the south, they make durum wheat pasta. Of course, now they also make egg dry pasta. Yes, they found a system to make egg pasta and dry it for commercial sales. But those pastas dried, they purposely made for the southern Italian dishes, if you know what I mean. Now, because the climate is so perfect in the south of Italy, the south is the master of vegetarian and seafood pastas. We don't need heavy meat every day. We use what the soil, the nature gives us. Look at pasta alla norma from Sicily. Fried eggplants, yes, eggplants are fried, sweet tomato sauce, fresh basil, and salty baked ricotta. It is a vegetarian masterpiece. Or the legendary spaghetti alle vongole, my favorite pasta on the planet, fresh, cleansed, served with durum wheat spaghetti. And then you add garlic, chili, extra virgin olive oil, very simple. The sauce takes exactly 10 minutes to cook, the same time it takes to boil the pasta. Simplicity at its best. But wait, people say the South doesn't use egg pasta. Wait. That's not true. In my home region of Abruzzo, we make spaghetti alla chitarra, which is a thick, square spaghetti made with egg dough pushed through strings like a guitar, and we serve it with incredible, tiny, slow-cooked meatballs. The South breaks its own rules, and it's delicious. But we also make lasagna with crepes in Abruzzo. That's right, lasagna with like 10 or 15 layers of crepes. Amazing. In Abruzzo, we also make wild boar pastas because of the mountains and the huge amount of wild boars. And this is the same in Umbria and Tuscany, which take more qualified like north. So it really depends where you are, but you need to remember that Abruzzo, the north part of Abruzzo, kind of belong more to the Medici family, from the Tuscan family, and we got the French influence and the northern influence in the north part of Abruzzo, so the dishes are very different to the south part of Abruzzo. While the north part of Abruzzo, where my nonna is from, Teramo, likes to make fresh egg pastas, the south of Abruzzo is the master of dry pasta. One region, two different cuisines. Isn't that crazy? But if you really want to understand the difference between the north and the south, you need to look at one single dish, the lasagna. Up in north, Emilia-Romagna, lasagna is elegant, it's delicate. It is made with green spinach egg dough, layered delicately with ragu bolognese, velvety bechamel sauce, and parmigiano. No mozzarella. The layers are thin and they melt together in your mouth. But down south, in Naples, the lasagna is a festival. It is often made for carnival. It uses regular pasta sheets, normally dry, and it is stuffed with thick ricotta cheese, tiny meatballs, slices of hard-boiled eggs, the Neapolitan ragu, which is different to the Bolognese ragu, and the mozzarella, of course, which Napoli is very proud for making the best mozzarella in the world. It is tall, it is chunky, it's glorious, it's a messy feast. Two completely different philosophies, one incredible name, lasagna. But you have to ask yourself, where is this lasagna from? The north or the south? I told you before, my nonna makes a type of lasagna called timballo alla teramana. It looks like a lasagna, but it's not. It's got layers and layers and layers of crepes, savory crepes, with tomato sauce, mozzarella, no bechamel, butter. Some people like to put tiny meatballs in it. My nonna doesn't, but you can. And it's sensational. It is a lasagna, even though we don't call it lasagna. It is time for the hardest job in the world for me. And I have to tell you which one makes the best food. See, if I have to think of a beautiful risotto, perfectly cooked all'onda, with the beautiful waves when you toss, the risotto is really hard to beat, it's beautiful. The broth, the cheese, the technique used, it's a masterpiece from the north of Italy. What about polenta? That's comfort food in winter. When it's freezing outside, you make polenta, oh ma, that warms your heart. It's like if you're Asian and you have a beautiful slow-cooked ramen on a winter cold day. If you live in Japan, I believe there is nothing better than ramen on a very cold day. What about the south? What about spaghetti alle vongole? Simplicity at the best, my favorite dish on the planet. I eat spaghetti alle vongole all over Italy, but the south of Italy is unbeatable. The clams are so small, full of flavors. The artisan spaghetti made with durum wheat is like, takes the dish to the next level. The extra virgin olive oil, simplicity at its best again. What about pasta alla norma? The contrast, the sweetness of the tomato, the richness of the fried eggplant, and the saltiness of the ricotta salata. It tastes like the Mediterranean sun, but fried. It really makes you feel alive. So who wins here, the north or the south? The truth is, Italy wins. Food of Italy is so different. In every region you get different dishes, different cheeses, different type of meats, different type of wines, different type of people talking, dialects, different architecture. When you travel through Italy, you never get bored because every region you discover, it's a new country, okay? So you want to go to Italy, go to Pisa, Venice, Rome, Milan, do it. But there is more than that. The best part of Italy for me are the unexplored part. Those parts of Italy where you drive through Italy, you take the motorway exit, and you kind of get lost. You say, oh, where am I? And that's when you find heaven. That's when you find places that you maybe will never go back in life. And they will change your life. They are the places that represent Italy at its best today. Yes, you have to go to Rome. It's beautiful to see it. But you're dealing with millions of people, so crowded, people that go there for the same reasons why you go. But when you go to small towns or unexplored part of Italy, with still some tourists, you are not dealing with the mass tourism. We're dealing with locals. You're dealing with local flavors that you cannot find in Rome, Pisa, or Venice. Okay? Different dishes, of course. But if you go to these unexplored parts of Italy, you are going back home with unforgettable memories that you might not be able to replicate. You can go back to Rome 20 times, which I do. I love Rome. But the experience is kind of always the same. You're in Rome, and Rome, and Rome, and Rome, and that's what it is. It's for Rome. You go back for that reason. But when you go to those small places, you build those memories that nobody can replicate, and you will never be able to replicate. And they're just unique, memorable experiences and culinary experiences. So the beauty of Italian food is regionality. You don't have to choose just one. You just have to respect the ingredients, understand their history, and cook with love. But you cannot tell me that I'm gonna make spaghetti alle vongole and add butter in it, because maybe in the north you use butter, but in the south they don't, and you do not want to add butter in a beautiful spaghetti alle vongole, because the extra virgin olive oil is the king, is what really adds value to that beautiful sauce. But I want to know, what is your favorite? Are you a northern risotto and egg pasta fan, or are you a southern fanatic? Let me know in the comments below. I really want to know. If you learned something today, please share this video with your friends so they can learn too. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you in the next Vincenzo's Plate video recipe. E ora si mangia. Vincenzo's Plate.